welcome. Very glad to be here at Kenmore West High School as we officially release and reveal something I talked about in the 2022 State of the County address, which was an application to assist parents who are dealing with issues associated with their children and mental health. We are proud to release today the Erie app for mental health services in our community, which is not just for children, but can also be used by adults too. I'm Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz, and I'm pleased to be joined today by our Deputy County Executive Lisa Shamera. We also have the Kenmore-Tonawanda School District Superintendent Tino Samato, as well as the Associate Director for Internal Talent Leadership Development at Erie Winkowski's Jesse Karches, as well as Erie Winkowski's Superintendent Mike Capuano, and our Commissioner of Mental Health, Mark O'Brien. Each will be talking a little bit more about what we are releasing today, but this was a team effort. This was a united effort between many in the mental health community as well as our schools to provide a resource, a service to families that are having individuals dealing with mental health issues. We know coming out of the pandemic, one of the biggest problems with children are the issues associated with mental health concerns. The pandemic struck everyone hard in one way or another, but it really had an impact on children, especially with regards to their learning. So in the 2022 State of the County, I discussed how we were going to come up as part of our Back on Track agenda with a plan to do an application for phones to provide free services to parents and caregivers of the various mental health products and service organizations that are available in our community. And that's what we have done with the creation of the Erie Path app. Erie Path is a free app that you can get from the iStore or the Google Store. Download it right to your phone and get instantaneous information on the mental health services that are available depending on the issue that you're facing. Are you an adult that has a mental health concern? Are you a parent or caregiver of a child that has a mental health concern? And then you can get in every language, so it's just not in English, but it uses Google Translate to use it in every language, information on the various mental health services that are available depending on your concern. So if you have an adult that has issues associated with depression, you can put that information in and it'll show you the various resources that are available in our community to assist adults who are dealing with depression. If you are a parent or a caregiver and you have an issue with your child, whatever it might be, you can put that information in, and then it'll provide the various services that are available in our community, including the contact information and other pertinent information that you need to know. I want to thank all the people that are standing here today. Everyone worked very hard. We also have our Director of the Erie County Office of Health Equity, Kelly Wooford, here. And this was a joint effort, as I said, a joint effort between many to ensure that this application was a good one that will work well for the people of our community. To our knowledge, this is one of the first types of applications that are being utilized in this type of service to the greater community in the country. So we had to build it from scratch, and we had to hire an outside entity to help build it. But I've looked at it, I've used it, I have it on my phone already downloaded. It is real easy to download, and Erie Path. You're maybe not seeing the camera, but it allows you to immediately go through. It asks you what you'd like to do. Do you want to log in? You can put login information. Or if you don't want to log in, you can get the information as a guest. And it'll immediately ask you questions about what your concerns are. It's that easy. It's that simple. It's free to download on the Apple iStore or in the Google Play Store. And we want parents, we want caregivers, we want others in the community to know that this service is available. It was the development of the application was paid for by Erie County. This is one of those services that is going to make a difference in people's lives immediately. We often would get calls in our office, even in the county executive's office, about we don't know where to turn, we have a problem with our child, or I have a problem with a sibling, I don't know what to do. And we would direct them to the Office of Mental Health and assist them. But sometimes people, they don't want that information. They want to be able to do it on their own. They don't want to talk to professionals from our department because they just feel uncomfortable about it. They want to do it on their time. And that's exactly what the Erie Path app does. It allows people to find the services that are available in Erie County, and there's lots of them. One thing we do not have is the unavailability of these services. We have lots of them. They are available, and you can find them on the Erie Path app. I'm going to turn the press conference over now to our Deputy County Executive, Lisa Chimera, who is intimately involved in the construction of this application from day one. And I was continually getting reports from her about the status of the application. I want to thank her for the work that she did to ensure that this app is a good one. And I've gone through it. It is a good one. Basically, whatever your issues are with regards to a mental health concern, you will find it on the app. I thank her for the work that she's done, and I know that this school has a very special meaning for her as a graduate of Kenmore West, and it is my pleasure to introduce our Deputy County Executive, Lisa Chimera.
So yes, I am a graduate, a proud graduate of Kenmore West, and it holds a special place in my heart. I first want to thank our county executive for his commitment to mental health, his support, and his leadership for helping to find support for our youth has been so important and so critical. During the pandemic, our students struggled with social isolation, in addition to the anxieties of a very rapidly changing world. And I can certainly relate to this. I was a teacher who taught 6th grade during the pandemic. Of course, a priority of mine was teaching reading and writing, but let me tell you, I had a concern each and every day for the students I taught about their mental well-being. Our county executive, Department of Health Equity, Department of Mental Health quickly prioritized the creation of additional supports for both students and their families. And now Erie Path will provide an accessible and comprehensive resource to assist them. Mental illness does not affect the individual, but of course the entire family. As we work together with our schools, community agencies, and providers, we hope not only to assist our students who may be struggling, but also intervene before a crisis occurs. I want to thank Mark O'Brien and his entire department for taking a vision and turning it into reality. The work that was done by Amy Rockwood was extraordinary. I can tell you that this was, yes, Amy. This was not easy when the county executive announced that he wanted additional supports for students and their families. This was not an easy process. I thought, oh great, well, Erie County, well, we'll build an app. This was a long process. And please know that the process is not done. The building, in addition to the app, will continue on a weekly basis. I also want to thank Erie One BOCES for their partnership in addressing mental health challenges. The SMART Collaborative, which you will hear more about, has been critical. The partnership between Erie County and our Erie County schools plays a major role in helping our students and their families. And finally, I want to thank our school community. I think about the teachers who are dealing with students in their classrooms who are struggling socially and emotionally. I am certain that this resource will help them help their students. I also want to thank the Kenton School District under the leadership of Sabatino Samato. I oftentimes call him for guidance and insight into what is needed for our schools, our families, and our children. He's always there to provide support. I thank him for allowing us to host today in front of wonderful Kenmore West, and I would now like to introduce Superintendent Sabatino Samato.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you for saying such kind words, Deputy County Executive Chimera, and thank you to County Executive Chimera and everyone that's here today. A special thank you to our Board of Education, our principal for hosting us, Mr. Dean Johnson, and just thank you for being here. I think it's very significant that we're all here. They asked me to just say a couple comments, so I'm going to actually stick to my script because I could be known to be long-winded. So, but it's important, so that feeling of unity and doing this together that has already been mentioned, I think, is extremely important. Mental health concerns among students have reached alarming levels in recent years. We continue to see significant numbers of children and teenagers facing these challenges which impact their entire family. While we as a school district work with students and families on a daily basis to support their social, emotional health and well-being, the mental health needs of young people today require partnerships like you see here today and services beyond the typical school day. Our unification as a community to provide the resources necessary to assist students and families in navigating these challenges can absolutely be a game changer. The Erie Path app will allow families to gain better understanding of the issues or concerns and identify a specific provider who can assist. This will be a tremendous resource for our families, a tremendous resource, creating a network of professionals who are here to help, and that partnership will continue in all that we do. So once again, thank you very much for being here at Kenton, for being at historic Kenmore West High School. I now turn it over to Ms. Jessica Karchis from Erie 1.
Hi, I'm Jessie Karchis, an Associate Director at Erie 1 BOCES. I'm also a co-facilitator of the SMART Collaborative. SMART is an acronym that stands for Supporting Mental Health and Advocating for Resources Together. Through Erie 1 BOCES, public school districts in Erie County are taking steps to strengthen their position when it comes to the mental health of children and families. SMART is a professional learning community that is bringing together school districts, community agencies, community partners, and county government to collaborate on available mental health and social emotional learning tools. 80% of chronic mental health conditions emerge in childhood. We established SMART to link school staff, families, and students with the vast array of resources available within our community. Through our work, we identified that awareness and communication were barriers to accessing mental health care. We're excited for the launch of the Erie Path and the support it can provide schools and families across the region. This valuable resource demonstrates Erie County's continued commitment to improving mental health across our community. And I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner of Mental Health, Mark O'Brien. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'm Mark O'Brien, the Commissioner of Mental Health, and it is my absolute honor and privilege to be able to announce what we're talking about today. First of all, I do want to thank the County Executive, Mark Olenkars. As he mentioned, he talked about this in his 2022 State of the County address. I do want to point out something that I think he would not point out himself, is that not only was he the inspiration for this app, it was actually his idea. And that to me speaks to the level of commitment that he has to children, families, and the mental health of our area. So I want to thank him for his inspiration and his leadership in this endeavor. I would also like to thank Deputy County Executive Lisa Chimera. She has been tireless in pursuing this vision. She's an educator, a leader, and a natural facilitator, and she has been at the core of really moving this forward. But this has been a team effort. You see the people behind me. There's been many hands with this. As she mentioned, our Director of Planning, Amy Rockwood, who has been a core from our team in the development of this app. And we would be very pleased to roll this out to the community to see what is available. Because as the county executive said, we have a host of services, resources available. And this has been challenging times for families and children. And so the county is well endowed with a number of services. But these services can be hard to find if you don't know where to look. If you don't know the right questions, you don't know how to navigate it. And to put it in real terms, usable terms, for people to be able to find at their fingertips. And that's what Erie app does. It puts these resources at the fingertip in terms of your phone, your iPad, your computer, what have you, and you can look at your own time. And it really takes people down two paths. It takes them down the path of, if I just want information, what do I want to know about depression? What do I know about anxiety? What do I want to know about childhood trauma? What do I know about coping with COVID? What do I want to know? Another path that takes you down is, what do I do if I need help for myself or my loved one? And so it allows you to enter in information and actually take you to the doorstep of a number of service providers who can help you find that help. So I just want to thank the county. I want to thank Erie One BOCES. I want to thank our educational partners, our partners in the health department, the Office of Health Equity in county government. There's been a great partnership here, and it really speaks to the focus on mental, emotional, social health for children and families. And I'm prepared to answer any questions that you may have in terms of the app.
Is the app already rolled out for people to start downloading?
The app is now available. It's on the iStore, the Apple Store for download, and it can be downloaded as right now. Just download Erie Path. That's 2 words, Erie Path.
Is there someone who could speak specifically on the challenges for adolescent and children with mental health right now?
Well, you know, the challenges are the same they've always been, but they've been even more profound in the advent of COVID. Keep in mind, over the last several years, that our youth have lost significant milestones. People have not been able to attend graduation, proms, sporting events, and so they were cut off from friends, from teachers, and afraid to go out. So adolescence is normally a period of growth, but it's also a period of uncertainty. Well, we had a lot of uncertainty going on. Would we just be sick being in concert with somebody else? Could we connect with other people? So the very foundations of what we had were really called into question for a number of years, and we really credit our leadership in terms of our health departments at the state and federal levels for really providing the means to be able to resume their lives in terms of vaccinations and the medical interventions. So it is a tough time of life for everybody. It's a time of transition.